Hi everyone, I'm the provocative donkey. Today I'm going to talk about instant news and the media. Yes, it's a subject quite close to my heart. You see, when I was younger, I wanted to be a journalist. But when I grew up, I realized that there's a lot of things about journalism that are, well, they're just not quite how I perceived them to be. And now, in 2011, more than ever, it feels as if, well, news and reporting is becoming less and less relevant. And I know a lot of you are probably going to be thinking, what does he mean? That's the opposite of what's happened. But bear with me. You see, with the internet and websites such as Twitter and the Google News feed, you can tap into news instantly wherever you are. All phones also tend to have internet access these days. With the dawn of the Apple iPhone generation, something very interesting happened in the landscape of media and news. Everyone had access to news on the go all the time. But how is this a bad thing, I hear you say? You see, once upon a time newspapers were, well, extremely important. Today, they're a dying industry. I read an interesting statistic recently when researching about this subject. In New York in 1999, there were 1,400 newspaper stands, and that's just within a 3-mile radius of Times Square itself. 1,400. And now, in 2011, do you know how many there are? Less than 300. That's a drop-off of, like, 80% or something. Maths never was my strong point. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's just one aspect of news which is dying. Newspapers just aren't instant enough, and the social landscape of the entire world has changed. We demand news as it happens now. A recent example would be Ryan Dunn's death. Mere hours before he died, he posted a photo of himself online enjoying himself with his friends. A couple of hours later, he was dead. This built up a picture in everyone's mind. It said that he was enjoying a nice night out with his friends, and he was drinking. Then he was involved in a car accident, as we learned. Then people started to piece it together. There was speculation that he was drink driving. Unfortunately, the speculation turned out to be accurate. We practically built the stories in our own heads before the news could even report on it. So you see, journalism just isn't as important as it used to be or as relevant. It's quite staggering. The average Joe now is a pretty competent journalist or news feeder than anyone, really. It's quite a scary thought. I'm just going to wait for that train to go by. Nice. I mean, this is a job, and obviously I'm not saying that there's never going to be any journalists anymore, but it's certainly becoming a less relevant thing to do. It's not as important as it used to be, is what I'm trying to say. And though there are so many websites dedicated to news, you can get it anywhere. One outlet reports on the news, one person spreads it, posts it on their Facebook, and then, like wildfire, it spreads. Everywhere on the internet will have it. People will tell their friends, and word of mouth has become more powerful than ever before. So although my passion for journalism has not died, the reasons for my passion have died. I wanted to be important and I wanted to be relevant. And you could call me a contradictive donkey. If we're all more relevant now than ever, then haven't I already achieved my goal? Well, maybe that's true, but that's a different story for a different time. I hope you enjoyed my video, and you should definitely subscribe to me. I'm also on Facebook. I haven't got very many friends, which makes me a little bit sad. Please add me on Facebook, that would be awesome. And please tell me what you want to hear me talk about in my next video. Okay, thanks, bye. What did I tell you about filming me whilst I'm asleep?